We are live once again in my garage working on my 1969 VW Westfalia camper. Now, as you can see by the thumbnail, we are in the process of restoring this van from this horrible, nasty, rusty paint here into this original white paint. Now, if you followed any of the other videos in the past, we've actually restored the entire side of the van, and now we've just got this bit to do. And it's not going to make a huge transformation towards the end of the bus, but we've got to get this finished because very, very soon this vehicle is going to be heading to my new workspace so we can actually start doing work properly. I'm currently sitting in my garage at home. As you can see, the garage door, about here, the garage door is open, so the street is out here, I'm inside, and the bus is tucked right in as far as possible. So what I'm going to do is get some gloves on and start literally removing this old paint, and you'll be amazed to see just how much this all comes back to white. Now, we're actually finishing this bus, and I've kind of left the last corner till last, and you can see it's all damaged and dented, and bleh, it's just horrible. However, what we're going to do, once all of this old paint is removed, we're then going to move this van to my other garage or my workshop, and I'm going to just start beating it, removing the dents as much as I can, and just put it back on the road like this, because I absolutely love it. So let me just go and get some gloves. They should be just here. Bear with us 1 second, they've just dropped. There we go. So we've got sort of 2 layers of gloves, because what I've discovered over time is that the nasty stuff that I'm using, the paint remover gel, which is this stuff here, it's the Paint Panther remover, paint remover, it eats through just normal gloves. So what we're going to do as best as possible is protect ourselves. Like I say, big garage door open behind me. I've just noticed in the comments that, oh, he's retracted it. There you go. So, Paul and Vicky are tuning in from Norway. They're down as Nog in the Mog, and they are here watching. Good evening, Paul and Vicky. I hope you are well. Right, one of the first questions we ask on this live, and by the way, this is a Q&A, so if you've got any questions, do ask me. We ask what you're drinking, and tonight I'm drinking a rather large Madri. So, cheers everybody. Time to get working in that garage. That is actually quite delicious. So we have, some user has said hello in a language I don't understand, my apologies. And I can't generally get translate on this. Spencer Hughes Geezer says beautiful mothers, or is that what it's translated to? I just don't know. I just don't know, but it's very, very nice to see you. So, if you've never tuned in before, my name's Leigh. This is the Combe Valley Campers YouTube channel. I'd like to celebrate today because we've just crossed over 100,000 subscribers. So, excellent stuff. Well, there's a beer to that. I haven't actually celebrated the 100,000 subscribers, so cheers. What are you guys drinking? Leave it down in the comments. You got a coffee, hot chocolate, a beer? Let me know. Spencer Hughes Geezer says beautiful mothers. Nicholas Bell 536 is leisure battery setup or Bluetti power bank for a day van? For a day van, probably a Bluetti. Means you can remove it, take it in and out. And if you want to then turn it into a camper further down the line, you can either continue to use the Bluetti or put in a more permanent system. Right. Oh, Spencer Hughes Geezer says, well done. Thank you very much, my man. So yes, we're celebrating 100,000 subs on this channel. So if you like that as a fact, if you like this, please give this live video a like. All you need to do is just double tap on the screen and that'll give the video a like and push this out to more people. There's currently 68 of you watching right now. So if you like what you see, or you want to give us or 78, sorry, if you like what you see or you want to help the video, just double tap the screen, that'll give the video a like and that'll be really, really helpful. John Barry says, hello from Texas, drinking a Gatorade. Nice work. Right, so what I've got is a green Scotch Brite, and I have Paint Panther paint remover, and I'm just going to start applying it onto the paint. Now, this whole van looked like this before. It's not a huge comparison you're seeing today. In fact, I might bring you a bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. But if you can see, just by this section here, this is what the whole van looks like, and this is what we've managed to get it to. So, gosh, 95 of you watching right now, thank you so much. As I said, if you're watching, you want to help the video get pushed, please do. Now, already you can start to see that that colour is starting to come through. This van was hand-painted blue. It was pretty disgusting. But as I'm just rubbing this paint remover on nice and lightly, I'm not actually pushing down very hard, but you can see that that blue is already starting to get removed, which is amazing. So the whole van was painted blue. Hello from Texas, drinking Gatorade. That was John Barry. Kevin Raphael says Lamborghini or Ferrari. I'm not really a supercar kind of guy, but if I was to choose, probably Ferrari. I like the classic Ferraris. In fact, a Lamborghini Miura, I think that's what I'd go for. So, yeah, I like the more classic cars, but thank you. 133 of you here watching, thank you very much. You're a good sander. This isn't sanding. This is removing old oil-based paint. You see this old blue paint? So we're removing it to reveal this white paint underneath. You can see it's quite heavily patinaed. I'm actually going to keep that patina, but I'm trying to remove as much of this old blue paint and rusty stained paint to get back to as much of the white as possible. That's quite a good example of actually it all getting removed. I'll move over to this bit, and hopefully all of this will just turn just as white as everything else. So thank you very much. 102 of you in. Thank you so much, everybody. Like I say, if you like the video, there's 100 of you. If you just double tap the screen, or if you're on some sort of tablet, there might be 3 dots up in the corner here. Tap that and you can give the video a like. If we could get a couple of dozen likes today, that would be amazing. You're going to put an engine in it and get it up and running again. Yes, sir. So right now there is no engine in it, but I'm building up a 1600cc Volkswagen engine, and we hope to get this thing up and running again. I wouldn't be putting all this effort in if I didn't want to drive her again, that is for sure. Right, so here we go. If I start, now that paint remover's had a bit of time to soak in, I can actually start attacking this a little bit harder, and you can see that white coming through. Got to constantly flip this Scotch-Brite so I can keep getting fresh abrasion on it, to be honest. There you go. Start really rubbing it in. And if you remember back to the beginning of the video, if you've been in that long, what year is your bus? It's a 69, John. And AMK says, is it a Volkswagen? Yes, it's a 1969 VW Bay Westphalia conversion. So, yeah, it's a pretty old bus, and it is beaten up. The story is this bus came from Georgia, or the only evidence we've found within the bus says that it's from Georgia. And I have high suspicions it was either living on a farm or in a scrapyard, very wet. And it's a bit battered and bruised. But this was brought to me as a conversion garage by my friend who imports the vans in. He said, take a look at it, let me know what you think. And I just kind of fell in love with it, so I had to buy it. I'll give you a walk around later, so remind me in 5 minutes just to do a quick walk around, all right? Is it a ghost bus? Ghost bus? What do you mean by ghost bus? Ghostbusters, maybe? Ghost bus. Well, I don't know. I tell you what though, some of the stickers I found on it, and I've saved them, are from The Walking Dead. Not Walking Dead, Grateful Dead. Walking Dead. Yeah, it had Grateful Dead stickers, the band Grateful Dead. It had stickers in the windscreen and on the side windows. So I will give you a walk round tour in it in a minute. So we have 23 likes on here. Thank you so much. So if you are watching and you do want to help out the video, do me a favour, double tap that screen and you will give the video a like. So I'm just going to concentrate on these more stubborn blue bits. Do you know what, screw it, I'm going to give it a wipe now so you can just see the difference. So, I have a microfiber towel here that's just soaked in water. And there you go. If I open that a bit, just wipe around those edges. There you go. I'll tell you what might be handy is if I remove that battered old ring light or light trim. Oh wow, there's parts and pieces falling all over the place. There you go, check that out. So it's the original chrome ring and what's left of the light. Ghost bus, I like that. Is that going to come out? There you go. I'm going to keep those screws because I believe they're stainless steel. And bearing in mind the whole bus is rusted, they haven't done so yet. Can you see that? Yes, it's a haunted bus. Currently at Nordkap, says Nog in the Mog, in -15 with 60 miles an hour wind, having a cup of tea, wondering how we're going to get back down the mountain in this wind. Well done. Triangulum Galaxy says, I'm from India. Welcome from India. I am in England, in the southeast. But yeah, check this out. Look. So this area here, 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, was all this colour. So what I'm going to do, I might actually bring you down a bit on a tripod so you can just sort of see the next area I'm working on. But thank you so much. 137 of you watching. That's brilliant. 26 likes. So if you do like the video, just give a double tap for me. I'm going to keep harping on about it today. And if you do like camper vans, camping, travelling, vehicle reviews and things like that, then we've just crossed over 100,000 subscribers and we'd love you to join in on board. So already, look at that. Spencer Hughes Geezer says, reminder to do a walk around. Right, I'm going to see if I can remove these gloves because I don't really want to get that nasty stuff on my... There you go. If I just remove both at the same time, can I do that? Oh, this ain't particularly engaging, is it? Right, so very quickly, there's 109 of you in, 117 in fact. Please do leave a comment. Where are you watching from? What do you drive? Do you drive a camper? Have you worked on your camper? Have you been camping this weekend? And again, the most popular question we ask on this live, because I've been doing these lives for a while, is what you're drinking. I've got a Madri on the go right now. Right, so let's do this walk around. Well reminded, Detroit, Michigan. Nice. Well, this bus originated from the States, so evening Leigh, congrats on the subs. Thank you very much, WW. Best channel for camper vans on YouTube. You rock. We look forward to Sundays. We drive a Unimog. Thank you very much. Spencer Hughes Geezer says hi. Thank you so much. Right, so right in front of me, or right in front of you, behind me, is my 1969 VW Westphalia. 89 T3 and could use a Magra, says Steve Weiner. Right, so here we go. There's sort of a wide, I tell you, there you go. There's a bit of a wide shot. So we're in my single garage, look. That's my other camper van behind me. That's the one that you will see on YouTube. But if I flip the camera around, we'll do a bit of a walk around. So, as far as I know, this is the only area of the van that's ever had any welding. I reckon that's a very, very old repair back in the day. And they've welded that on and then painted it blue. And it's all primer and it's got filler. So I reckon that's a very, very old repair. But for the most part, there's just dents. And the reason I've stuck with this car, despite how damaged and dented it looks, is because it's so solid and free from rust. So all of this was painted in this nasty blue. And if you have a look at our other lives, you can see just how crazy bad it was. I've got some new replacement wheels coming with some wicked tyres. There you go, you can see how damaged it is. But what I love is, despite all the old rust, most of the paint has come back. And it's got this wicked patina underneath. Excuse the flashy lights, they're my LEDs. But it's a pop-top bus, so it's got beds up here. This bit stays static. It's got like a roof rack bit here. And inside the bus at the moment, it's just all the parts and pieces. Because I'm in my very small single garage, that's one wall, that's the other. Because it's in my very small garage, sorry, Levi Vaughan says what year? It's a 1969. Because it's in my very small garage. All the other spare parts I keep down here or up high. So this is moving in the next couple of weeks to my workshop, my other workshop. I've been stripping down the doors. I've had to find replacement steering column and steering wheel because it didn't have that. And if I can creep round, again, this is how much room I don't have in my garage. This is crept or pushed all the way to the front. There you go. You can just see the face. There's the little VW logo. The headlights, and it came with none of that. I've had to source the bumpers, the lights, the hubcaps, the wheels. I'm halfway through sourcing an interior. We've worked on some of the electrics behind this dash in a previous video actually. I had to fight tooth and nail to remove these seats from it as well. Old is gold, remember, says Triangulum Galaxy. Thank you. Come on people, tap the screen 2 times, make the effort. Let's get to 200 likes ASAP. Thank you, Paul. Nog in the Mog says love watching your adventures. So there you go, like I said, that's my wife's daily van, that's my daily van. That's a 2006 T5, that's nice and low. This is my wife's 2020 T6.1 that's nice and high. And this is one of the projects. So, yes, let's start working on this corner. Now, who reminded me? Spencer Hughes Geezer says goodbye now. Thank you very much. Johnny Sidecar says your other camper failed on headlight aim. Not bad. Fair enough. Oh, have you been checking my MOT history? Thank you very much. They're both due, actually, and they're both being booked in. Wife's bus is new, husband's bus is torn out. Yeah, absolutely, that's for sure. Right, so like I said, if you are watching this, please do give this a like. You just have to tap the screen twice. In fact, right, let's get back on with stripping this old paint. So, shall we work on this bit here now? So this bit here, it was all rusty like this, or this is all rusty like this was. Let's see if we can get that done. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer. There we go. Your other camper failed on headlight aim, not bad. Goodbye now. Wife's bus is new, husband's is torn out. Yeah, Ford Transit custom short wheelbase, says Nicholas Bell. Thanks, Travelbug81. What motor will you put in it? 1789. I wish. This is going to be more... Now, hands up in the comments if you know what Class 11 is. Class 11 Baja. Hands up if you know what that is. Right, I'm going to find me some new gloves. Oh, in the comments too, quickly. What are you drinking tonight? I've got a Madry on the go. So, who knows what Class 11 Baja is? Hands up if you don't. Levi Vaughan says, just know what Class 11 is. Right, so I'm kind of going to do the same with this bay. I'm going to keep it pretty stock as a rock, but it's going to have some big gnarly tyres. I've already bought the tyres. I've got to pick them up in the next couple of weekends. Well, I've bought the wheels and tyres from a lovely guy. Google, Paul, Google what Class 11 Beetles is. My Beetle is currently being built as Class 11, and this is going to be the same. This is going to be my classic adventure wagon. With a bit of luck. And I look forward to it. So I wanted an old classic camper that wasn't all shiny and a show queen. I wanted to take my bay out, green laning and everything else. You better not show any of your regs, people. Buddy can clone your plates. I mean, they're custom plates. But you're right. But if somebody wanted to clone my plates, they would have done it by now because the vans are on the road every day. So I could highlight, you know, blank them out. But in reality, just as many people see that van on the road and on my YouTube channel every day. So, but if they are cloned now, I know where you are. Anyway, right. So let's work on this bit here because I can show you the blue. Just looking out for you, Mad Baz. Thank you so much, brother. So, this is a paint remover gel, and you'll be quite surprised at how quickly this will go back to white, or how much white will actually be revealed, because it looks just all brown and rusty, but it's really surprised me over the period of doing this, how much white is actually hiding under all these rusty bits. And you might be surprised too, because scrubbing just here, in fact, shall I bring you down? Let's see if I can bring you down. How's that? There you go, let's work on this bit together. There you go. Oh, there's starting to be some white show down here. Imagine your wife's bus is being towed by police. Will you jump on happiness? I don't understand what you mean, my man. I mean, generally, we like to stay above the law. But like I say, these vans are on the road every day. There we go, lots of white paint showing through. And for anybody watching, I'm not sanding, I'm not prepping this van for paint. I am removing the old rusty colour and this old blue to try and reveal, God, this new Scotch-Brite is terrible, to reveal the old white VW paint underneath. And with a bit of elbow grease, abrasives, and some paint remover gel, it actually works out in the end. Some of it, when it's really tough like this, you kind of have to pick away. But look how much white's coming through already. There we go. What are you sanding on? I'm not sanding, Johnny Rocket. This is just Scotch-Brite and paint remover. It sounds really bad, doesn't it? But all I'm doing is removing paint. So this is the old metalwork. Add Q&A sticker. Sorry, YouTube's trying to be... It's stock, but a nice stock, says Levi Vaughan. Would you rather wake up with a smelly finger or an itchy bum, says Neho? Neither. Here we go. What are we on? We're on 112 viewers. Thank you very much, everybody. And remember, if you are watching and you want to help the video, you want to help us as a channel, bearing in mind we've just clicked over on that 100,000 subscribers. Yeah, give the video a like. Just double tap on that screen, it'd be lovely. VW Bully, yes it is. Right, so if I might have to bring you back so people can see. This is really old. Ow, that was the light directly on my head. I moved the tripod and it hit the light. That was silly, wasn't it? Right, you can stay there. Hopefully the light's still fairly good. There we go. Right. So, yeah, just working on those areas now. That's new Scotch-Brite is crazy. Not good. But, like I say, with a bit of elbow grease, I can remove the old blue to reveal the old white. Can't believe I saw that live, says E-Wrenched. I know. It's live, it's great. John Terry says he ain't got a clue. Do you know what? If I didn't have a clue, I wouldn't be doing a live for like, I don't know, 4 years now? I'm not a paint guy, but I'm I am reviving the old paint. I'm removing other paint. If you've got a better way to remove 50-year-old paint, then I am all ears. I'm not actually abrading the white paint. As you can see, it's still all intact around the whole vehicle. But if you go back to my previous videos, you will see at how ridiculous this bus looked. And if you're coming in on a live video that's 20 minutes long, yeah, you might have missed some things. Think about that. So there we go. Right. Moving down, can you still see what I'm doing in there? Wow, actually, more and more of this paint. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if I can get this up and out of the way, because it keeps making noise. See if I can find a bungee. Hang on, people. Sure, I've got a bungee cord around here somewhere. Yep. Hang on. I'll be back. Hold on a second, people. There you go. Right, we have a bungee cord. See if I can find somewhere to hook this onto and keep it up and out of the way. It's quite a long bungee cord actually. Maybe up through there. We'll get there. There we go. That deck lid is now out the way. Happy with that. Right. Paint stripper removes all paint, dunce, says E-Wrenched. You're right, look how much paint it's removed. See all this white paint that it's removed as well? And also, what I'm doing, once I've finished doing the area I've got, I just wipe it. And the water neutralises the paint stripper. It doesn't remove anymore, look. How clever. Yeah, again, you've come in 20 minutes on a video, on a series that I've done 10 videos, maybe? Dent our stories, says E-Wrench. You are right, that's why I'm keeping them. There you go. Now look, so once that paint stripper has done its job, and it's removed all that blue, there you go. It's back to white. This whole area was brown when we started. So there we go. Right, still using the same, this is supermarket Scotch Brite. Generally I use more commercial stuff, but I looked in the garage today and I realised I'd run out, which is a bit of a shame. Right, we are on our way to 50 likes, people, and there's still 100 of you tuned in, so would you mind just sort of double tapping that screen? And that'll give the video a like. That would be amazing. I'm actually starting to see a bit of primer coming through as well. There's not many areas on this vehicle that are primered. There you go, look at all that white. So what vans are you guys building? Let me know down in the comments. Are you guys building camper vans or classic cars or... Also, what are you guys drinking? We've asked it twice now. We've got the lovely Madry that I've spilt, and it's just gone everywhere. That's why I like doing lives, because it's so unpredictable. So far this video, I've had a light fall on my head, and I've just spilt my beer, and it's just gone everywhere. So it's always funny to tune into a live video, because you never know what's going to happen. However, I am making progress, and that's what it's all about. What have we got? I'm missing some comments. Wipe over Zep calcium, lime and rust stain remover, £10 from Screwfix. It contains phosphoric acid, so will form iron phosphate and treat the iron oxide. Lovely, thank you. Well, I'm trying not to like remove the rust, so to speak, because I want to keep the sort of rusty patina. I mean, what I do have, so actually, if there's any real deep staining, I'll show you what I do have, and I've been using this in the videos as well, is this stuff. Now, tell me if that's reversed for you. It's reversed for me, but this is CLR, calcium, lime and rust remover, and I have been using that with great success for all of it. So yeah, calcium, lime and rust remover. So, Spencer Hughes Geezer, what have you missed? The light fell on my head earlier, and my beer spilt. So you're doing really well. It's a shame you tuned out. Really British quality, says Core Mad. Oh, it's going well this evening already. Again, it's why I like doing lives. You never know what's going to happen. No script, just working on old crappy cars. This is going to be a real beater. And like I say, I want to restore it back to its old white paint, but I'm going to coat it with a sort of oil or something similar, so I can protect what's left of the paint and the patina underneath as well. Some of this blue is being quite stubborn though, and the Scotch Brite is terrible. I'm having to really push down quite hard in some of these areas just to get through it, but like I say, progress is progress. And look how much white is actually coming through. But us VW lot are a bit weird anyway, regardless. We like to try and keep these old things on the road, much like any other classic car enthusiast really. You fall in love with a car, or you fall in love with a type of car, you get the opportunity to get one, and then you go a bit crazy trying to keep it on the road. My friend's just restored his Series 2A Land Rover, and he's done an engine swap on it, he's done all sorts of stuff, and he's done a beautiful, beautiful job. Real show quality job. And I was able to have a ride in that. There you go. Seems kind of nonsensical, doesn't it? How are you going to get the light and bumper to fit if you don't beat the panel out? That's the next stage, John Terry, is beating the panel out. So I will keep the patina, but I do need this to be straight. So yes, it doesn't quite fit right now. In fact, the replacement light is right here. Upside down. And that ain't fitting for squat. So I will have to do some panel beating. I'm no panel beater, but I'm going to give it my best shot. And if not, I know lots of people who do body and paint for a living. So I'm not doing this completely on my own. I'm trying my best to do as much as I can on my own, but not doing it completely on my own. There we go. So what I've been using to wipe it off is this microfiber towel that I've got soaking in water here, or that I rinse in water. And I can sort of see where I'm at. Give it a good wipe down, get the dirt and detritus off. There you go. And it's looking a ton better. Not perfect, but I was never expecting perfect. In fact, I wasn't expecting anything really. It's just nice to be able to work on this. Right, and there we go. I've got a clean microfiber just to give it a wipe down and see what it looks like. Now, is that better than it was or worse? What do you think? I kind of like it. Right, so with 49 likes, there's 97 of you watching. If you wouldn't mind just giving that screen a duh as you're watching, it will just give this video a like, so I really appreciate it. Right, there's a bit here I'm just going to try and hit. What do you reckon? How are you going to get the light? Oh, so don't worry, I'm sort of reading comments, but I've already responded to them. Right then. Let's see if we can hit this bit. See if we can get any white out of this area. Possibly, possibly not. There's a bit of white coming through, you see that? Well, that's quite thick paint down there. I don't know if this Scotch-Brite is going to do it. We can give it a try though, right? Take a bit more work, but I think that's coming through, don't you? Am I just clutching at straws here? That's going to need a bit more picking away. However, it's now obvious that it's an area we can work on. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, a bit more white paint poking through. You need a 3M paint and rust removing wheel, says John Terry. Do you know what? I've tried it. We call them like caramel wheels or something here. And I'd like to think that that would work, but I don't know if it would. Right, so that's about as much paint as we could do here. Should we try and bring this bit back? Maybe work on the hinges. Now this here, this panel, good evening Leigh, just tuned in, what have I missed? Hello, that's Taxi Driver, that's Mad Mossy from down in the West Country. What have you missed, mate? It's been eventful. Not a caramel wheel. 3M paint and rust removing wheel. No, see, I don't want to remove all the paint. I'm trying to keep the white paint, you see. CLR is lactic acid based, a much slower reaction with the iron oxide. You will need to seal the surface with Overtrol oil or similar to retained patina or rust will return. Paul Dean, thank you so much, my man. Appreciate that. Right, so here we go. We're going to start laying some of this on here. and mad mossy. So it's been interesting. I got here on time. Went well. Lots of people tuned in. I've given a tour of the van, and then I adjusted the camera height, and I touched my big set light that I have here, my filming light, and it fell right on my head. You might have to go back and try and find that in the live. But what we're doing now, we're working on this area, because look, we've, apart from this tailgate here, or the deck lid, boot lid, engine lid, we've pretty much done the rest of the van. It's nearly there. Camera wheel gets rid of stickers and decals. Yes, you're right. So, as you can see, I'm not doing much effort. I'm not putting much abrasion in here. And already you can start to see the white poking out. There we go. So that's the blue over there. If I give that a quick wipe, that's the blue that covered this whole van. And that's the stuff we're trying to remove. So the whole van, again, take a look at the YouTube channel, and there's a whole video on this. I think the video is called The Worst Failure or something like that, and you can get a real good insight into the bus, and I go through the whole story and a proper how-to on how I do this process. Is that a little hole by the hinge? Hole? Which way? This way? It's solid. That there is just a gap in between the hinge and the bodywork. Sammy Boy says, I have an 89 Defender 110. I've totally rebuilt it. It's taken 3 years. Stay patient, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you. Again, your project won't work unless you work. Or your project won't work if you don't. So you've got to get out here. And this is why I do this. On a Sunday evening, I come out, I chat to you lot. And it gives me the excuse to make a bit of content and work on my van. This has been a long-term project, and it will remain a long-term project. It's certainly not at the top of my list, but if I can escape for an hour or two once a week, then I can. What is this? It says petrol Frim. This is a 1969 Westphalia bay window bus in white. If you were to Google that, you will see what this bus should look like, fully restored. However, this is definitely not fully restored, but I'm in the process of trying to make it drivable. And when it's out the garage, I will do another full video on it. Am I rebuilding the engine? No, this came without an engine. It came with a gearbox, but it didn't come with an engine. So I have sourced a 1600, which I will probably be stripping down here in the evenings as well. That got the louver windows. No, it hasn't got. Oh yes, it has got the louver windows. Yes, it does. And again, that might be another video another day, is restoring those bad boys. Gosh, this Scotch-Brite is the worst. Don't buy cheap Scotch-Brite. Bit of a mistake on my part. You remember what that bit looked like 10 minutes ago? Taxi driver says, is this the first show for a few weeks? Yes, it is. So 2 weeks ago, I was up in Hull camping. And then last weekend, we were going to do it, but it was a pretty tough weekend. It sounds like a crazy thing to say, but yes, it was a tough weekend. So I decided to spend the evening with my girls instead. Today I've spent the day with my girls. We went swimming, and then they made cakes. We had some friends around. Just a lovely Sunday. So I thought, let's do a live today. Let's have a good time with those people. Right, so there we go. Let's give that a wipe. car's definitely sat in someone's garage for a long, long time. There you go, right. Now, what do you reckon? I think that looks real better. Petrol Frim says, boss, I speak here because I don't speak much English very good. I'm a Romanian guy. Thank you so much. You're very, very good. Thanks for your information. He says, my pal had one of them. I got a Toyota KP61, says John Terry. Very, very nice. Very cool. Well, thank you so much, everybody. It's been really cool to sort of sit with you guys today and chat. What I'm going to do, well, what this is going to be moving forward is, well, the next thing we're going to do is actually remove this van from the garage and bring it to my other warehouse, my barn, and then I'm going to sort of start working on it properly there. I'm going to be removing some dents, I'm going to be making some better content. It's going to be really, really good fun. But as far as removing the paint goes, I think that's really cool. Now you'll have to refer back to my previous videos maybe to see just what we've managed to achieve whilst it's been sat here in my garage at home. It's been pretty good fun, guys. Let me just take you on another bit of a tour. Have a swig of my beer. Nice. Right, give that a bit of a wipe down. There you go. So, ignoring this panel, which is actually bare metal, this is what the whole bus is. It had no lights, it had no tailgate, it had no rear valance, it has no engine. It had no engine lid catch. There you go, there's the engine bay. No engine in there at all, but I've got to do some more rust removal in there, but I think it's quite cool. And then if I take you on a bit of a walk, so that's the stuff I've been using, the Paint Panther remover, and to remove some of the rusty marks, that's the CLR down there. And that's what the inside of the bus looks like. And again, one of the main reasons why I chose this bus, or fell in love with this bus, is look just how solid those sills are. They're incredible. This, although orange, it's not rusted through. It's certainly not like a British bus that's rusted through, even all the wheel arches at the back. The worst part of this vehicle, in terms of rust, is the cab floor. Now, if you see down there, that's really quite terrible. However, you can remove these fairly easy and get those rust replacement floors very, very easily. So, not too concerned about that. In the back, we've had a good clean in there as well. And there's some rust, but not a huge amount. But yeah, check it out. We've actually done a huge amount. Is that panel here? Maybe it's that one over there. Bear with us 1 second. Let's see if I can find it. Is it this one? I don't know, it might be. Or is this the sliding door panel? Let's have a look. Is that this one? Yeah, I think it is. There you go. There you go. So that panel's back on board. See the old patina coming through there. All the window frames, although they're quite heavily rusted, solid. No holes through them. See that? Floors, for the most part, solid. Now it has this orange rusty tinge, but as you can see, so look at the inside of this door here. See how orange that is in here? Just through being uncovered. I went over this one. This one was the same colour as the inside of that door. And I've managed to sort of remove all the blue paint that was over painted and then bring it back. So everything in here looked like this. So just working away at it gently, you go, removed it all here, revealed this sticker, this old Volkswagen sticker. So it's just going to be a cool patina ride. I'm going to make it reliable. There you go, you can see more of the blue in there, look. That's what the whole bus was painted in. And yeah, it's just going to slowly get done. That emergency exit sticker there, that's a genuine thing. In America, they had those put on. And the other side's got some panels. This, what year Volkswagen Leica 72? This is a 69. Yes, John Terry, this is a left-hand drive because it came from the States, my man. But what I haven't really spoken about is how the top half, and you can just see remnants of it here, up in here, and this panel, which I haven't actually removed. See, this is, again, this is what the whole bus looked like, and this is after I've worked on it. So the whole top half of the bus was actually this yellow. So it was yellow on the top and blue, like a Ukrainian flag. Is that the right way around? Yellow on top of blue? So yeah, I've still got this area to do, but I need to get the good Scotch-Brite for this, because despite this all being sort of worn off in the sun, it doesn't come off very easy with Scotch-Brite. So there's bits of blue there. But yeah, it was a blue lower half. Again, I've got to get in that as well. Blue lower half, yellow top half. So this must have looked like a real treat. But once this is all straightened out, I'm going to give it a bit of a buff. I think it's going to be good fun. So what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to leave it there, because it's been a fun time, but I think I've probably got to nurse my head, because if you were watching earlier, that big blooming set light there fell over as I was working, right on my head, and it's given me a bit of a ringing head. John Terry says, does it have the hammocks? Yes, you can just see one up here. Oh, no, spin the camera around. You can just see one up here. There's one hammock up here, look. So yeah, I'm gonna call it for now. I'm gonna tidy up, go and say goodnight to my girls. And yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for the likes. If you like the video, thank again, Anthony. Anthony from Cool Whip Camera says, well done again on 100k, mate. Yeah, we've just, as a channel, we've just crossed over to 100,000 subscribers. So huge milestone there. So everybody who's a subscriber, thank you. If you want to see more of this stuff and camper van conversion videos, please, yeah, not another health and safety clip, says Dubs3W. Yeah, it is. Yeah, if you like camper van videos, if you like watching people work on older cars, then please feel free, give us a like and a subscribe. That would be really, really good fun. Yeah, Dubs3W, go back and see if we can get that clip, because that was gnarly. Yeah, the thing fell right down on my head. And then I spilt my beer, because I was probably a little bit dizzy, to be honest with you. So yes, that's us for now. Thanks again for tuning in. I will see you on the next one. In fact, before you go, we're at 69 likes. Can you tap that screen for me? Give that screen a tap right now. Can we bring that up to, I don't know, 80 likes on the video? Yes, I spilt my beer. This is one of the things I ask at the front of all of my videos. It's a Sunday evening. I'm in my garage at home and I have a beer. What are you drinking? So yes, got me Madry. WW says, have a good week. We're at 72. Can we get 8 more people who's watching to give that like button a smash? So just double tap the screen, go dink dink on the light on the front of your screen if you're watching on a phone or tablet. And if not, there should be 3 dots in the top right hand corner. And then it could say like video. That's what I've been told. Anyway, we're at 75. Shall I hang around, see if we get 80 likes? It'd be lovely if you could. So just as a recap, today we have just worked on the last corner of this van, just here, and we've revealed a lot more white paint. That was all horrible earlier, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. This is a bare metal panel that's rusted. Anna's Bart says, drink this beer in one go and you'll get the like. I ain't working that hard for you. I've just done 50 minutes on a live for a like. There we go. That is the Westphalia in my single garage at home. Once again, really appreciate you guys tuning in. 3 more people, give the video a like for me, please. That'd be amazing. And then we'll cheers to that. 2 more people, give that video a like. Let's get it to 80. That's so, so good of you, everybody. Thanks again for tuning in. Hope you have a really, really good week. And I will keep in touch if we move this van this week or not. It'd be cool if we could. Right, 1 more person. Give this video a double tap. Dink, dink on the screen, and it will take it to 80, and then I'll get out your hair. All right, that'd be really, really good of you. It's a shame, really, because there's 99 people watching, and I shouldn't really just stop right here. 81. Thank you so much, everybody. That's really, really good of you. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.